Okay, good evening, all of you. Good evening, Bhavyanshi. I have just realized I did not notify you guys on the group. I just did. So it might take a couple of more minutes for people to join in because I forgot to notify. All right. Hi, Pavni, Ayush. How are you all? How's it going? Exams चल रहे होंगे आप लोगों के? How are your exams coming along? Good evening, Krisha. Shardul, hello, Akshada. Akshada was just, we met an hour back. Good evening, good evening. Exams कैसे चल रहे हैं? How are they panning out so far? I think अभी 13 से आपके main exam start होने हैं ना? You still have some time before your real exams start. Right? Okay. केम था मजे में? बहुत मजे में. Right, what we will do is I will not take a lot of time because I know आप लोग इस time पे बहुत ज़्यादा अपना पढ़ाई and all that, so it's good enough and I'm obliged enough that you guys take out time for this. So I'm not going to take a lot of time. I'm going to just very quickly start with 5 words, and that Menti obviously will happen. Yeah, those are the things that I'm going to be doing. English exams on the 13th, right? I know कि आप लोगों का काफी busy चल रहा होगा अभी schedule. The last few days before your exams are always the worst, I understand. So I'm not really going to, keep you involved here for a very long time. Let's keep this as quick and as short as possible. We'll start with the first. So I was thinking of doing idioms, and idioms say words निकालते हैं. Let's do that. Okay. Any tips? Just don't cheat. And if you I think it's just at the end of the day, they are not the end of the world. Bas itna hai. Acha ho na ho, that's okay, but they're not the end of the world. So, and clearly now they're not much of value either. So, यार आराम से chill मार के exam दो. Treat it like any other duty or exam that you've taken so far. You're good to go. इतना उस चीज को pressure मत लो उस चीज का कि वो boards हैं, because it really barely matters anymore. Okay, first word से start करते हैं. Right, first word is all Greek to me. That's our idiom. I'm pretty sure all Greek to me is a very common idiom that everybody really knows. सबको पता है कि ये काफी common idiom है, which basically means something that you can't understand. So if you don't know Greek और आपके सामने Greek words और alphabets ले आए, तो naturally you will not understand. You will not be able to understand what is written. So all Greek to me is something that you can't understand. So something that's difficult to understand. So what are the other words that you can remember is unintelligible. Something that's again difficult to understand. Arcane. Mysterious होता है, arcane थोड़ा सा cryptic होता है, things that are not very easy to understand. All of these words are words that you can use for this idiom or idioms, and or something when you say that this is not easy for me to grasp. That's arcane, that's cryptic, obscure, esoteric. All of these words mean the same thing. All of these words mean something that is difficult to understand, या फिर something that is all Greek to me. So all that she taught me was Greek to me. That means all that she taught me, जो भी उसने मुझे पढ़ाया, मुझे कुछ समझ में नहीं आया. It was all esoteric and cryptic to me. I did not understand. So that is all Greek to me. Hello, Gitanjali. That's our first idiom, and those are our first few words related to the idiom. अब चलते हैं second word पे. For our second word, the idiom that we're looking at is go on a wild goose chase. Now, if a goose goes wild, it's very difficult to catch hold or control. So if you're going on a wild goose chase, you basically doing something that, one, it will require a lot of effort, but two, it will be quite pointless. Like you will keep running behind it, but you may not probably be able to attain or achieve the goal that you have in hand. So going on a wild goose chase is going on a pursuit of something or on a search for something which is clearly not easy to attain. It's something that's coveted, but it may not be as easy for you to get, right? That's going on a wild goose chase. Hi, Jay. So let's say when you're saying hopeless and foolish, search for or pursuit of something unattainable. अब अगर मैं आपको बोलूं कि you're going to the mall on a Sunday and you expect कि आपको dinner time पे table मिल जाएगी, especially now that everybody is literally out and about, उनको कोई वो नहीं है. So on a Sunday, if you expect कि 8 o'clock on a good at a good restaurant you'll get a seat or a table, that's you're going on a wild goose chase. That's a pursuit that's absolutely unattainable. That's something you can't do. That's a wild goose chase. So foolish or hopeless search के लिए we can use words like futile. Futile is waste efforts. Hi Arpit. Vain again means something that's waste. Thwarted means again something जो attain नहीं कर सकते, तो वो foolish है उस चीज को सोचना भी, that is thwarted. Ineffective and pointless. So going on a wild goose chase is going on a pursuit that's thwarted, ineffective, in vain, futile, or pointless. After 2 hours spent wandering in the snow, I realized we were on a wild goose chase. That means after going around in the snow, maybe they were looking for something, maybe they were looking for some way, something, anything. इतना करने के बाद they realized that ये नहीं हो सकता, ये चीज possible ही नहीं है, attain ही नहीं कर सकते. So that is our idiom, going on a wild goose chase. I think that's our second. That was our second idiom. अब चलते हैं third पे. The third one says the whole 9 yards. The other way of saying it is the full 9 yards. दोनों में से कुछ भी हम बोल सकते हैं, the whole or the full 9 yards. 9 yards basically all the way. Okay. Going all the way, पूरे 9 yards complete करना, that is the whole or the full 9 yards. What do we mean by that? Meaning हर तरीके से अपना potential लगा देना, doing whatever you're doing in the fullest of potential, that is the full or the whole 9 yards. It could also, by the way, mean the whole range of things. Okay, that's another meaning to this. The whole range of things. I'll explain what this one means through a sentence in a while. But so doing something with fullest potential, yeah, absolute 100% efforts के साथ, that is going the full 9 yards. इसके बाद we will do something. इसमें देखो words लिखे हैं, tenacious. Tenacious, again, somebody who is very, very determined, who will be persistent, सारे अपने सारे cards table पे रख देगा in order to do something. How did you like Dr. Strange? I did not like it much, honestly. Pertinacious is also another word that you can remember. Indefatigable, मतलब जो बहुत easily give up ना करे, defeat ना माने. Diligent, meaning somebody who's very sincere. Alright, so when you're going the full 9 yards or the whole 9 yards, that means आप हर तरीके से अपना efforts दे रहे हो. You remember that there was this one idiom you may have heard of, which is not keeping any stone unturned. The other way of saying it is not keeping any stone unturned. सुना होगा आपने, it's a very easy idiom. बहुत पहले हमने, या not leaving any stone unturned. These are idioms that you may have heard as school kids. So sentence wise, the weather was terrible, but I want to go to the whole 9 yards and get the top of the mountain. मतलब irrespective of whatever you're doing, you would like to be where you are. सारी dedication, सारा persistence, सब कुछ लगा देना, full potential लगा देना, that is going the whole 9 yards. The other way of, like I said, there's another meaning to it, which means the whole range of things. That means doing something with full dedication. Exactly. अब अगर मैं बोलूं, they have lots of pets at their house. Cats, dogs, rabbits, the whole or the full 9 yards. That's another meaning. अब देखो इसमें मैंने क्या बोला, they have lots of pets at their house. They have cats, they have dogs, they have rabbits, they have fish, the full 9 yards. That means the whole range of pets that you can possibly keep at home. So idea here is not just fullest potential, but it could also mean the whole range of something that can exist possibly. That's another meaning to the whole 9 yards, the full 9 yards. TV spoil कर दिया. Okay. ऐसे कैसे possible? TV ने कैसे spoil कर दिया आपका Doctor Strange? I would say Doctor Strange was good. I would give it 7 out of 10. But the idea here being there was a Marvel movie and I was expecting a lot. पता नहीं मैं क्या ही expect कर रही थी इससे. It was very difficult. I mean, I did not really like it as much as I liked Spider-Man, maybe. I don't know. I was just a little disappointed. Anyway, that was our third idiom. Let's go to the fourth idiom now. The fourth idiom is throw caution to the wind. When you are throwing caution to the wind, basically, इसको कैसे याद रखो? आप अपने आप को हवा में फेंक रहे हो. That kind of thing. So, throwing yourself into the wind. या फिर the real meaning of throwing caution to the wind means कि जो caution, basically throwing the caution out of the window. Throwing caution out of the window मतलब बाहर हटा दिया. Cautious होना is out of the picture. It doesn't exist anymore, which means then you are very careless. That's what basically this idiom means. When you're throwing caution to the wind मतलब आप caution को आप out of the window फेंक रहे हो. So caution, you don't have caution anymore. You are careless. So when you're careless, you use words like reckless, impetuous. Impetuous means impulsive. The other word that you can remember is foolhardy. Foolhardy matlab zabardasti ka, trying to behave in a way where you're just trying to behave very cool and brave, but you're ultimately becoming very, very reckless and careless. And you might put yourself into danger. That is foolhardy. Precipitous also means the same thing. When you're precipitous, you're endangering yourself because you're not careful enough, you're reckless, you're impulsive. So throwing caution to the wind, meaning that you are not being careful about the situation. Just letting it be the way it is without any caution. So he threw caution to the wind when he quit his job for a startup. He did not have any backup. He does not have the startup established maybe. And so we're saying, he threw caution to the wind. That means he behaved in a very impulsive manner when he quit his job and he wanted to do his startup. That's throwing caution to the wind. Last word पे चलते हैं. For the last word we have the best thing since sliced bread. Best thing since sliced bread meaning it's the best invention. Like इससे better चीज जिंदगी में कभी कुछ नहीं invent हुई. So apparently sliced bread was a very, very interesting and a big invention for a lot of people because earlier it used to be, loaf को काटना पड़ता था. Then what used to happen is now packet में ही कटी हुई आती थी bread. So now that became a very, very huge thing for people. There's sliced bread. So sliced bread they consider as a very, very good invention. And the best thing since sliced bread, matlab, it's one of the best inventions that have happened since a very long time. So that's that. So the best, the most useful invention. You can use words like an invention that is exemplary, an invention that is irreproachable. That means it's like the best, it's flawless, nothing and nobody can beat it. That's irreproachable. It's exceptional. Matlab again, isse better kuch nahi hai. This is an exception of an invention. Itna acha hai. Impeachable, again, something you can't call into question. When you can't impeach something, that means you cannot call into question. So that is that. I got a touchscreen phone and I feel that they are the best thing since sliced bread. That means again, touchscreen phones are the best invention ever since sliced bread happened. So it is exemplary, it's irreproachable, it's exceptional. So those are our 5 idioms and plenty of words that we did along with it. Let's now take you to the Menti part of the day. Aaj ka Menti, I thought we'll do on grammar. So I'm going to just very quickly share the screen. Okay. You might have to, use a lot of your this thing. Thoda dimag lagana padega because this is grammar. And you have a little more time than usual. So your code for the day is 45791863. 45791863. that's your code. आ जाओ जल्दी जल्दी ज्वाइन कर लो. आज का ग्रामर में भी I thought specifically let's do tenses पे. So today the theme of the Menti quiz today is grammar and more specifically tenses. So you have to be careful while you're answering. थोड़ा दिमाग लगाना पड़ेगा. You have 50 seconds to answer most of these questions. And yeah, not very difficult. I would say easy. Only thing is आपको थोड़ा again you'll have to think before you answer because it's grammar. You shouldn't go wrong and you've done tenses in your classes. तो ये कुछ बहुत ही unknown चीज नहीं है. Right, so I'm going to just wait for a couple of more seconds before all of you join in and then we will begin. The code in case you don't know is 45791863. आ जाओ जल्दी जल्दी सब लोग. Okay, let's begin with the first question that we have on your screens, everyone. First question of the Menti quiz. Here you go. I will call you when dash tomorrow. I will call you when I will leave. I will be leaving. I leave. Okay, 14 of you have incorrectly answered. 15 have correctly answered. I will call you when I leave. जब आप when बोलते हो, isn't when already in the future? जब आपने when बोला, when is anywhere in the future, right? तो जब हम ऐसे word use करते हैं जैसे when, by the time, after, as soon as, या फिर until, all of these words are in the future. ये सब future के हैं. इनके साथ future tense नहीं लगता. So what you will say is, I will call you when I leave tomorrow. Not I will leave, not I will be leaving. All right? Because the word when itself is connotation of future. I don't want to get into the technicalities of what it's called in the rules, etc. But just समझ लो कि when क्योंकि already future का है तो हम उसके साथ future नहीं लगाएंगे. Why are vocab sessions not so frequent? Because I am the only one taking these sessions and I mostly have classes across the whole week in the same time slot as your classes, as your session, which is why. Okay, let's look at the leaderboard. Mishka is on top, Lol is on top, Frosty second, FGF, Wanda, Shardul, Mill, Donette, Anirudh, not started marks, yeah, that's just that. Still delicious. All right, let's go to the second question. On your screens, everyone. She has been singing from or since 2 hours. This is an easy one. All right, so 8 of you have incorrectly answered, 25 of you have correctly answered. When you say for, you're talking about a duration of time. When I say duration of time, that means 2 hours is a duration, right? 5 years duration, so on and so forth. When you use since, you have to have a starting point. That means, just say, for example, if I say since morning, that's a starting point. या फिर since 1987, या फिर since 2011, whatever. So when you have a starting point mentioned, that's when you use since. You have a duration of time, you use for. From is when you have a situation of from to to. From, let's say, 8 to 10. You have to have that. Okay, so that's the rule that you have to follow for all these 3 words. Let's look at the leaderboard and see who has answered correctly. Okay, so pretty much the same people. Frosty is on top, Bill second, Charlotte third, and the one who hasn't started mocks yet is the fastest. Let's go to the third question. Third question is, she dashed the money before they could refuse. Hello Akshat, how are you? Okay, let's look at this. When you say had taken is past perfect. Takes is simple present. And took is simple past. Right? Ab yahan pe there are a couple of rules. When you have past perfect, you should have two incidents in your sentence. One should be followed by another. मतलब साइमल्टेनियसली नहीं होने चाहिए ये दो इंसिडेंट्स, एक के बाद एक होने चाहिए इंसिडेंट्स, तभी आप सिंपल पास्ट और पास्ट परफेक्ट लगा पाओगे. अब जैसे इसको टाइमलाइन में देखते हैं, उन्होंने बोला कि उसने मनी ले लिया बिफोर दे कुड रिफ्यूज. दैट मीन्स पहले क्या हुआ? देयर आर टू इंसिडेंट्स, टेकिंग द मनी एंड रिफ्यूजिंग, राइट? अब यहाँ पे which one happened first? Because of the sentence says she took the money before. That means उसने पैसे पहले लिए और उसके क्योंकि वो लोग refuse नहीं कर पाए. That means the first incident that happened was taking the money. Second incident was could refuse. Now could is simple past. The other rule that you need to remember, the three actually rules that you need to look at. First incident जो होता है वो लेता है past perfect. जो second incident होता है वो लेता है simple past. मतलब जो चीज पहले हुई होती है उसमें हम past perfect लगाते हैं, जो चीज second होती है उसमें हम simple past. अब देखो यहाँ could refuse लिखा है, simple past लगा हुआ है already. That means first incident will take a past perfect. That means it will be had taken. So always remember, when you have to use a simple, when you have to use a past perfect, there should always be two incidents in a sentence. One should follow the other. They can't be simultaneous incidents. And the third thing is, जो चीज पहले हुई है उसमें हम past perfect लगाएंगे, जो चीज second हुई है उसको हम simple past लगाएंगे. So she had taken the money. उसने money पहले ले लिया before they could refuse. Now could refuse is simple past. I hope that that's clear, which is why had taken is correct. समझ में आया ये point? I hope that this is clear. Right? Let's look at the leaderboard now. If this one's done. All right. Let's look at the leaderboard. Mostly it's incorrect for most of you. Bill is on top, Anirudh second, Nandini third. Very well. Let's look at the next question. All right. Next question, everyone. She said that she dash be coming to my house the next day. She will be, she would be, she can be coming. Okay. Now, why is this one a problem? 14 of you have correctly answered, 17 incorrectly. Why? When you say will, you always know that obviously will जब हम बोलते हैं तो will is in the future, right? Would जब हम बोलते हैं तो ये past है, ये will का past है. Okay? अब sentence देखो क्या बोल रहा है. She said, उसने बोला, बोला in the past, correct? That means sentence जो है वो है past में. वो पास्ट में ये फ्यूचर नहीं लगा पाएगी ऑब्वियसली. रिमेम्बर रिपोर्टेड स्पीच हम करते थे, तो रिपोर्टेड स्पीच में क्या होता था, will will change to would, can will change to could, may का हो जाएगा might. याद है आपको ये हम करते थे, this is something that we used to do. Why? Because when you're talking about reported speech में जब भी आप बोलते हो वो past में चला जाता है. It all becomes past. This is exactly the same thing. It's reported speech technically. She said that she would be coming to my house the next day. Will का past हो जाएगा यहाँ पे would, क्योंकि उसने past में बोला था. Understood? All right. Now this was about fourth question. I will now take you to the fifth question. Before that, leaderboard. Okay, so looks like Bill still on top. Then there's Anirudh, then there's Nisha. Perfect. Let's go to the last question for the day. Last question should be easy. My uncle dash up every morning and goes for a walk. Good. Wakes up every morning and goes for a walk. It's a habit. It's a routine. Habit और routine के साथ हम simple present लगाते हैं, which is why wakes is correct. Also, if you look at the sentence, it says my uncle wakes up every morning and goes for a walk. This is also simple present क्योंकि it's a routine that the uncles follow. Okay, and that's where you are reaching the end of today's Menti. देखते हैं हमारा leaderboard का क्या situation है. Bill has won the Menti for the day. Anirudh second है, Lon third है, Frosty ice cream, not started mocks, donut. Then there's Nandini, Arohi, Yashan, Shadu. All right, congratulations, whoever was Bill. I hope that you got some insight into tenses today. I was thinking of doing this because although I cannot really teach all the topics here, but I believe, through questions, we can still reiterate some topics here. Hi, Arpit, you're a little too late, tad bit late. कोई बात नहीं, Anandita, again, the idea is to learn. And I hope that you learned. Anvesha is Bill. Okay, congratulations, Anvesha. All the best for your exams, which is in the next 3 days. We will obviously be meeting on Friday, hopefully, when I'll ask you how it was. Okay. Until then, take care of yourselves. Be good. Stay safe. I'm going to see you very soon. Please be very careful while you're going out. ध्यान रखना, mask पहन के जाना. Bye bye, all of you. Take care.